Hey guys, welcome back. Technique Tuesday for another week. So this week what I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through some exercises that you can add into your repertoire to help build up your abdominals, more specifically your lower abdominals. Last week we spoke about toaster bar, and we spoke about the fact that when I'm dealing with a lot of people, one of the major deficiencies that they need to address is really that strength throughout their abs, but specifically throughout their lower abdominals. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 3 exercises that you can do to try and help build up that capacity and build up that strength in the area. So number 1, we're going to talk about a dead bug. Dead bugs are one of our favorite exercises in our warm-ups, but they can also be used, like we're going to go through today, to help strengthen that area. We're going to go through flutter kicks, and we're going to go through some bird dogs. So these are 3 movements. You can either do them in isolation, so one at a time, or you could do them as a little circuit together for maybe 2 to 3 rounds. So let's go through the dead bug first. So good news about all of these is 2 out of 3 of these you're lying on the ground, so they should be nice and easy for you to set up. So when you set up for those, we're just going to lie down, head nice and flat on the floor. We're going to lock those shoulder blades into place, and we're going to have our arms straight up in the air. Working down the chain, what we're trying to do here is we're going to try and push our belly button down to the floor, which will help engage those abs, and we're trying to think about flattening that spine out. From there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my legs up, I'm going to straighten my legs, and then I'm going to pull my toes back towards my stomach. Now, for those of you that are just starting this movement, you can do it as just a hold. From there, especially if you're trying to work the lower abdominals like we're discussing today, one of the variations of the dead bug is a 4-way dead bug. So we're going to go 2 to 3 seconds down, both arms, both legs, and then bringing them back up. When we do that movement, what we want to do is we want to show control through the movement. So the tempo and the cadence that we usually use is 2 to 3 seconds on the way down, making sure my feet aren't touching the ground and my ribs aren't overextending, and then 2 to 3 seconds on the way up. If you find when you bring those legs down that your ribs are flaring up and you're getting into an overextended position, bring your feet back down, set that midline again, and you can pick up where you left off, or scale it back to just one side. So 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up, and then alternating sides as we go. Okay, so a hold would be a good starting point. Same arm, same leg would be the second step, and then working to a 4-way dead bug. The way I would do this in about 30 to 60 second intervals depending on your individual level of strength through your midline. So that's option 1. Movement 2 is a really simple one. It's a flutter kick. So again, we're trying to think about getting those abs engaged, pushing that belly button down to the floor. I would, for this movement, keep your head on the floor, and from there we're just going to take our hands and place it underneath our hips to make it a little bit easier. And then from there we're going to do nice big controlled kicks with our quads pointed and our toes locked, trying to keep our heels up off the ground. So for this, we're going to probably do big sets, like 20 reps, 30 reps. If you're really quite strong through that area and you're trying to build it, maybe 40 or 50 reps. And if you're doing it in conjunction with the dead bugs, you're probably going to do something like maybe 30-second 4-way dead bug, then move on to say 30 reps of flutter kicks, and then moving into the last movement, we're going to do a bird dog. So this one we're going to start on all 4s. What we want to avoid doing here is we want to avoid flexing that spine. We want to again think about keeping those abs engaged. And from here, we're just going to do a nice controlled movement, raising one arm up and the opposite leg to a straightened out position. When I'm in this straightened out position, I don't want to get overextended again. I want to keep everything nice and tight, bring it back down, and then alternating sides. The good thing about the bird dog is it's also a little bit of anti-rotation work. So this stuff is specifically targeting the abdominals and the lower abs, but there are going to be other benefits from it. Another way you can just get a stronger trunk, so everything from my shoulders all the way down to my knees and my feet, is to do some of the other exercises that we've gone through in previous weeks. If you go back through our previous week's videos, we've done rotation work, we've done anti-rotation work, so we've done quite a few videos on that stuff. So there are 3 exercises you can add into your repertoire, add into your training program to help build up those abdominals, specifically the lower abdominals. And if you've got the goal of getting toes to bar like we discussed last week, get cracking on those. That's it for this week. We'll see you for next week. Bye-bye.